Okay, so this video is a follow-on from the first one where we introduced lofts. So just a quick recap, what is a loft? So whereas an extrusion would take a profile and extrude that constant profile along a length to get a 3D shape, in a loft what we can do is we can extrude effectively between two different profiles. So here we've got an oval on the bottom and a circle on the top, and the loft command takes the 3D model between those shapes. So what I'm going to look at today, or in this video rather, is how do we put a bit more control over the way that the model goes between the two profiles. So normally it just goes straight, picks a sort of straightish route, but what about if you want to add some shaping to that? So that's what we'll look at now. So we can do that because in a loft command here we've got something called guides. So a guide allows us to put in a sketch that is going to change the shape of the loft between those two profiles. So if I'm going to do that there, I'm going to put a sketch. It needs to be on a plane that's going to pass through the loft. So I'm going to do it on this front plane. And in fact, just before I do that, if I do it at this stage, it's going to pick up geometry from the loft itself, which means I'll not be able to put it into the loft. So you're better off either doing this before you generate the loft, or just using the rollback bar to travel back before you put that loft in. So I've just got sketches now. So let's go for sketch on the front plane. Now I want to make sure it runs right through these two sketches. So I need to project the point. So that one there, I'm going to project the midpoint or the point of that line. So I know my sketch starts there. It's going to hit that line. This top edge is a curve. I've not got a point, but if I project the whole line, then I'll get two spots. Notice I hit the construction line. That means I've got the point, so I can connect my sketch, but the loft is not going to see that construction line there. So there's my start and end point. So if I go and get my 3-point arc, I'm just going to put a little curve between these two. Need to uncheck that. Okay, there we go. Put a little curve between these 2 points, and I'm going to just come out a little way, maybe something like that. If you obviously were doing this to a drawing, you'd have a dimension, but we're just playing, so that looks about right. Now, if I finish my sketch and I go to my loft, obviously nothing's happened. I need to tell the loft I want to use that path. So I go in here and I click guides. I've got an option here now to add the guide, which is going to be that shape there. And you'll see what happens is that the loft has now popped out and it's now following that shape. Obviously it's only doing it on one edge, it's not affected anything else. So if I want to have another guide, then I'd need to do the same. So we'll go before the loft. I'm going to add another sketch in there. You've got to do it on a different sketch. So we'll do another one, a quick sketch here on that same plane again. I want to project my point, and I want to project that point, and then I want to go to my 3-point arc. Now, word of warning, obviously it's got to work out sort of the maths of doing this. If you did a path that was too sort of extreme, it won't work. So it's kind of a bit of trial and error. I'm just going to bring a little bit in. Hopefully that will work. And then again, back to my loft, and I'll add those guides in. So guide, select that one, and I'm going to select this one as well. And now we've got a shape here that is going in that end, and it's going out there. This is obviously not really a very pretty shape, but I'm showing you the idea that you can control it. If this was more curvy, you'd end up with more of a sort of an amorphous organic shape going on there. So that's how you're going to use guides. The guides I've used are obviously single lines, are just one arc, but there's no reason why you can't have it more complicated, although if it's too complicated it will struggle to model it. So you could make it coming in and out or create shapes, but you'll need to play around with that. So that's just going on the guides. In the next little video, I'll show you how we can control like a twist. So if we're going to go from this square up to a square, but that's moved round, so we get a little twist going on in our lofts. Okay.